2019 Ford Explorer handles family life well. The prevalent Explorer advances onto pretty much every three-push hybrid SUV shopping list, and in light of current circumstances, it's ample, rides well, and offers some champion highlights. However, the 2019 Explorer's fundamental plan is demonstrating its age, presently about 10 years into its life cycle. Another model is not too far off. For 2019, the Explorer lineup picks up a couple of new trim bundles. Dynamic wellbeing tech is all the more broadly accessible, and a power rear end is recently standard on the prominent XLT trim dimension. The Explorer is accessible in base, XLT, limited, sport, and platinum trim dimensions. Most Explorers leave the automaker's Kentucky get-together plant with a 3.5-liter V6 appraised at 290 drive underhood. A turbo 4 that gives more excites is an alternative on most trims, while a twin-turbo V6 appraised at 365 horsepower transforms the Explorer Sport and Platinum trims into engaging hybrid SUVs. Front-wheel drive is standard and all-wheel drive is discretionary on most trims, however don't hope to investigate excessively far. The Explorer is to a greater extent a tall minivan than a genuine 4x4 fan. That topic ought to be clear the first occasion when you see one. This low-riding hybrid SUV is without the bumper flared, too-conditioned look it once wore. The Explorer appears to be more seasoned inside, where shorter drivers can experience issues finding a decent seating position among the SUV's meaty rooftop columns and high belt line. Column 2's seats aren't truly agreeable, and the third line is best for children. Load space is not too bad, particularly with the third column stowed away. Our fundamental worry with the Explorer is its dull well-being record, something that is difficult to disregard in a vehicle implied for family pulling. The FS discovered eyebrow-bringing results up in some accident tests, and all adversaries now in any event offer programmed crisis braking. The 2019 Ford Explorer is anything but difficult to picture, and not on the grounds that it's prominent. This 2019 Explorer's shape goes back to the 2011 model year. A couple of nips and tucks throughout the most recent decade have stayed up with the latest. In our eyes, the Explorer rates 5 out of 10. It's well known to the point of being insipid. Outside, the Explorer's shape is perfect and generally unadorned. Dissimilar to Eddie Bauer's of decades past, the present model doesn't endeavor to be false tough. It's cutting-edge enough and keen in certain lighter shades with bigger wheels. Fortunately, Ford presently incorporates combination wheels as standard hardware on all renditions of the Explorer, just as tinted windows. Wayfarer Sports highlight dark grills that make them look rather an excessive amount of like the Explorer-based Ford Interceptor police vehicle. Hello, if that is your thing, simply avoid our rear-view reflect. Pilgrim Platinums include LED lights and particular wheels that assistance them resemble the $55,000 that Ford charges. The Explorer's inside maintains a strategic distance from the bustling look seen in numerous other Ford items. The 4.2-inch screen on base models doesn't help it, however the discretionary 8.0-inch touchscreen coordinates well with its environment. Prior Explorers utilized baffling capacitive switches, however those have vanished for considerably more practical conventional catches for sound and atmosphere capacities. Base Explorers look somewhat dreary with their basic fabric upholstery and plain trim. Yet the manufactured wood trim and dressier sewing in limited and higher Explorers is all the more persuading. Standard charge on base and XLT Explorer trims is a 3.5-liter V6 appraised at 290 strength and 255 pound-feet of torque. The base motor gives sufficient go as a rule, however can feel winded climbing grades. A superior decision is the discretionary 2.3-liter Turbo 4 with its 280 horsepower surpassed by 310 pound-feet of torque. Pioneer Sport and Platinum trims utilize a 3.5-liter twin-turbo V6 evaluated at 365 horsepower and 350 pound-feet for most extreme power and greatest thirst. So prepared Explorers normal only 18 miles per gallon consolidated.